That was so fun. And I'm like, what? Like, I just lost $1.8 million.
I heard Briley wanted to come on.
Probably not. Somebody pretty close to us actually spun up a story about you.
Maybe it's my fault that felt insecure.
I am Auguste player 172 from Beast Game Season 2. Joining us today, we have Catey Link, player 157. What's good? How are we doing?
I'm doing good.
Yeah.
Happy to be here.
Yeah, first woman guest on the show.
Oh, am I really?
Yeah. I mean, you're honestly the only like girl that hung out with us.
I know. I mean, are you gonna do one with Monica or no?
Maybe.
Maybe.
I mean, she obviously wasn't really with us most of the time, but potentially.
I heard Briley wanted to come on.
Probably not. She probably doesn't want to come out if you watched the last episode. I'm assuming probably not.
I'm honored. Heck yeah.
Yeah, but yeah. So how'd you get on the show? How'd you hear about Beast Games? Like, how'd that all kind of start for you?
I was watching season 1, and then I finished it. I was in Beast Games mode, and they were casting the next week. Like, it just fell in my lap. I got so lucky. Yeah. And then I applied, and I just knew I was gonna get it, especially after the like application process. It was just like a video, and I do really well with just showing my personality. So yeah, and then I got it. For
me, I feel like I thought I was gonna get on, but then once I was there, I was shocked I got on, because like obviously we kind of figured, we all were kind of speculating, okay, it's probably 1,000 contestants, maybe 2,000 again. And then
that's what was shocking.
It being 200 was crazy.
That was the biggest shock.
Because out of all of this, like obviously you made top 11, I made top 10, I made top 10, but I think the biggest accomplishment is just getting on the show in the first place. You know what I mean? Because there's 400,000 applications. So it is crazy. Like,
so would you say that was a bigger rush than getting top 10?
No.
I wouldn't know.
No, but I'm just, I wouldn't know. Yeah, so talk about the rush of making top 11. No, we'll get into
Honestly,
what was the rush after two
people? Top 11 sounds a lot better than top 13.
It does. But yeah, so we met pretty early on in Vegas. You were friends with Nick first, I think.
Yes.
Is that right?
Well, I met Josh first.
Okay.
And then from there, Nick, and then we all three stuck together. Pilar was next to me in the hotel.
Yeah. Because we were all on the same floor in Vegas, and so that's kind of how we all connected. But I don't really remember. I was trying to think of like our first interaction.
I do remember meeting you, just because my birthday's in August, and you said your name was August. And that was it. I remember thinking that you weren't. I thought you were like 30.
What?
I don't know why.
That's crazy.
I think it's because of how Auguste carries himself. Like you're pretty mature. So
that's nice. Thank you.
Yeah. But yeah, the group meshed very well. I was stoked. And then from there, we just all stuck together.
Yeah. We all made it off the platform in Vegas. I don't think we really lost any of our core people that I can think of. And then, man, those first couple of days in the city, I've said it so many times, pretty much every episode when I talk to someone, but like, how much fun did we have?
Oh my gosh.
I think top 100 was maybe one of the most fun parts. Like,
I think top 50.
Top 50? Yeah, top 50 was cool.
I liked it when it got smaller. Like top 20 was my favorite. I loved that it was still a couple people, but concentrated enough to where it was like you knew everybody.
Yeah.
It was cool.
But we had so much fun. I mean, I wish that there was like a way we could get footage of just like what we did the whole time, because I
know, and they don't show so much.
I know. It's hard because I think that's the weirdest thing about watching this is like we know all that happened, and obviously 99% of like our conversations and things that happened just will never make the show because it can't be a show that's 50 episodes,
right?
But
it's even interesting to see how they like cut old conversations into a new conversation. I'm like, that wasn't at that time.
Yeah, it's cool that they do a good job of it. But I'm glad they had this first clip, because I think it's just like, it's for most people watching this, they were probably like, what the frick is happening?
Oh, we're all so happy.
But this is just like, I don't know, to me I feel like I'm gonna watch this 30 years from now and just have the biggest smile on my face. Because it's so funny, dude. And Jonas is the man, dude. He's so funny. We were just dying laughing.
Jonas was the dad of the group. And Jack was the son.
Yeah. But I think that's what's cool too. And obviously they do a good job of showing that on the show. But I think it's so cool how our group was like so close, just like the whole time.
I agree. And like all very strong competitors. Like we made it far for a reason. So it's just kind of cool. Like we just got so lucky.
We really did. And Nick says it all the time. I obviously like to err on the side of like, nah, like we had good gameplay and we had all the strategy, and we did, but like we definitely got lucky in terms of, I feel like with a lot of shows like this, you're in circumstantial friendships where you're friends with the people because like you need to be friends with someone and you need to like, but we didn't, I don't think any of us bonded because it's like, okay, Jack seems really smart, so we need to be friends with him. Nick seems really strong, so we need to have him. Like Jonas, XYZ, whatever. It was more just like, we just all happened to like become friends.
Right,
we had the same sense of humor.
Before the gameplay, so it was just like we genuinely were just getting to know people, and we clicked. So that's cool. That was cool.
100%. Yeah, that was crazy. And then we both, so we made. You went to balance. How was that?
I loved it.
You were going off in there.
I'm glad I did because I feel like I would have just like kind of followed you guys in the balls, which is fine. Maybe
I think you would have made it out of balls though.
I would have, but I liked that I got to do my own thing. I'm glad I separated and I just got to focus, and it was just all on me if I was in or out. So I was so happy I chose balance.
Yeah.
Screw bluff. Like, dude, that sucks.
And I think I think I would have had fun in bluff. I would.
No, you couldn't have played.
No, but I just imagine like you and I went in there, like you, me, and Nick or whatever, and you only need one person to tell you the truth. Like you just need one person you trust. So what if I feel like there's a way? I mean, obviously obviously it was designed in a way where some people were, it was kind of incentivized not to lie, and like that's obviously why it worked out that way. But I think it would have been like. It would have been interesting to see that game actually play out how it was designed, because I think it would have been fun.
Yeah, if people actually lied.
I think it would have been kind of fun, like if it worked out that way.
It would have been a fun watch, but no one wanted to be a target. So.
Yeah, it would have been crazy. And then we had obstacle course, and I think it was cool too, just going back to like showing how strong our team was. We had do you remember how fast we had our team together?
Oh yeah, we sprinted. People were upset. They're like, why are they sprinting to the podium? Like we have time. Not like, even though we only had 2 teams could have one smart, right?
Only one.
One.
So they announced, they said, okay, because obviously they want everything spread out. They don't want to get like all the strongs eliminated or all the smarts eliminated on certain challenges. And so for this, they were like, all right, every team needs to have at least 2 smart, except one team can have 1 smart. And we looked, because the 5 of us already kind of knew, we looked at each other and freaking
we just got, again, we already had our thing. We're just so lucky. I'm so happy. And then we waited for everybody to get their teams together. We were set.
Yeah.
That was a cool challenge. I wish I could have done it.
Yeah, you would have had fun. And I think it would have been interesting to see how that played out if all 5 of us went, because I bet the 5 of us would have finished. And this is no disrespect to their team, but I bet the 5 of us would have finished like while their team was like halfway done. I know, like if they never fell in, we would have cruised.
We could have,
because Jack's fast too.
Well, also,
watching that back, I'm like, no.
I know. But your guys' is like your length, like your height really helped you, so that's why we put you first.
Yeah, I think so, because
Sonia was so capable, but I think she was just a little shorter, so those jumps are a lot harder. You were just reaching over.
100%. Yeah, 100%. And
celebration was nice too.
Celebration was crazy. That night was so unbelievable. And again, making top 25 was sick.
Oh, was that 25? Dang, I don't even know anymore.
Because again, that's that moment, and I remember this at Captain Brad, but we're kind of all looking around at each other and like, wow, we have, there's only 25 people left. And with our group specifically, we're looking around and like, we have a higher % chance than other people.
Yeah.
Like, you kind of look around, you see some other groups, you're like, okay, this person's not that connected, or this person might not be as capable. And it's like, wow, we have like someone on our platform has again, at top 25, like someone on our platform has like a really good shot of winning. Yeah. And it's just like, it was just crazy to like,
you almost were the captain for our platform, remember? I said you or Nick.
Yeah. I was down to be captain. I knew that we'd be fine. Pretty much no matter what. I don't think Jack would have taken it. I don't think Tyler would have taken it.
And they didn't even try to be a captain.
No.
So it wasn't.
And to be honest, I did want to be captain, but it's also one of those things where like I knew Nick had us anyways. And it would be weird if I was like, no, guys, like, I really want to be. That would get sus if you were like,
I know.
That would get sus if you were like, guys, I really want to be captain. Please let me be captain. I really want to turn down $1 million. It's like,
you think you would have been okay? You
I'd been 100% fine. 100% fine.
Even if it got to 2? That's just so stupid if you wouldn't take it at 2. It just makes no sense. It's just
not. I can't answer that because it's not really possible. That would never happen.
Right. Someone would smack that thing before.
Yeah, because like, if it got to 2 million, and Nick says like, oh, I wouldn't take it at 2. I do believe him, but also you never know what you're gonna do in that situation. Right. That's what I'll say.
Right.
If it got to 1.5, I can confidently say I would not take it.
Okay.
But as it approaches 2, it would get more and more like unreasonable not to.
I would have totally taken it at 1 million.
So. Yeah, and you guys would all get nice birthday presents. You would get a nice wedding present. It's like, yeah. So yeah, we got through that challenge, and that was so freaking nuts. Just watching that.
That was so cool.
It was cool.
It was really cool.
I loved that night. It was cool just watching like them pile the money up.
I know.
And seeing JT click a button and get a mill, sick.
No, but also see from down there, we're looking up, and all of a sudden JT's just gone. We're like, where the heck did he go? Like he just ducked down immediately, which was interesting. And so we didn't really know who hit the button for a second. Obviously we knew in the back of our head, but
we all kind of figured JT was going to click it before it even started.
I'm so glad he did. Good for him.
Yeah, good for him. And we got Island. That was a crazy freaking week.
The cannonballs.
And that's where things get spicy. The cannonballs, dude.
So dumb, I swear.
Did you get close to finding any or no?
No, I thought they were huge and like this color.
Yeah.
I didn't know they were like tiny little gray things. So I'm looking for like in the like darker areas. I don't know. Even like the one that bugged me was that there was one in the ice plunge. I was like, God, that's so easy. I was right by there, but I had no chance. Like I didn't look hard enough.
Yeah.
And especially in the sand pit, people finding them. I don't know. It was a bummer, but I wasn't as bummed as everybody else. Like I don't know if you saw when they did the clip. Like I'm the only one smiling, like watching you guys go, and everyone's like really bummed out. But I was just excited to have a little bit of a break. Also, I accept it really quickly.
Yeah.
Like if I don't get something, I'm not gonna dwell over. Poor Jack.
Yeah.
Poor Jack.
Yeah, and it was one of those things too where like I probably have never told you that I had a really hard time after losing the island, which like I wasn't close at all.
You didn't even seem like that.
Oh, I was.
Oh well, I wasn't there. But
no, you weren't there. But it's one of those things. Same for you.
Team didn't go through your relay.
Well, what made it worse? I love my team to death, but I think some of them, this is their attitude, and good on them for having this attitude. They're like, that was so fun. We got to compete together. That was so fun. And I'm like, what? Like, I just lost $1.8 million. And they're like, wow, that was so cool. We got to do that. And I'm like,
were you bummed that you weren't on Nick's team?
No, I mean, because part of my thought process too with going on pink team a little bit, which obviously we couldn't pick, we were getting drafted, but I knew that whatever came next, I think I'll say this: Hannah, Catey, Sue, Jeff, all amazing competitors and all super capable people. But I think I'm a little bit younger, and I probably have a little bit more like grit. And so like, say that the next challenge is the pole challenge, I don't think I'd lose that.
Oh, that's how you're thinking.
Because who would be up there with me? It would be Catey with a K.
It would be K, because she's so small.
And Catey with a K is awesome, but she's a little quieter.
But you saw Catey on the poles when we did the strong challenge.
Oh no, she beat me, but I just had to be top 2. So Jeff and Sue,
right.
Jeff's a killer, Sue's a killer. I'm a little bit younger. I think I'd probably have them, and same with Hannah. So it's like, in me against Catey with a K, I'm probably gonna get the vote in that situation just because she's a little quieter. She's awesome, but it's just like. So that was what was hard for me too. And again, you can do this with the games always. I'm sure you can do this and go, what if things were different? I made top 10, and then brain, as you watch the rest of the show, you're gonna do it.
Oh yeah.
And it's part of it.
I've done it every day, honestly, since it's been airing. I always think about it. It's like the games, like I'm going like through it over and over in my head. It's like feel a little bit crazy. Kinda, you know?
For sure. So that was actually like, I guess we're not even covering episode 4 today, but I guess we're going to talk about that. But yeah, that was like hard because I was like, I was this close, but I was also this close. You know what I mean?
Wow.
But then, like you said, in Beast Games, it's kind of just like, you got to move on.
Right.
Because we're still competing for $5 million.
It's better for you that you move on faster than later. But okay, so after that, you guys came back from the island, which I was so stoked because I was really rooting for you and Nick the whole time you were gone, because we got to be in the sand pit and watch you guys do your relay, which was so cool. I'm so glad they let us like see it and be a part of it. So they don't show this, but I'm like writing both your names in the sand, and I'm like, they're gonna win, and I'm like, either Nick or Auguste. I'm like, Nick turned down $1 million, so hopefully him, but if he doesn't, Auguste next. So you guys were my 2, but obviously Nick and poles doesn't work too well, and you didn't even have a shot. So.
Nick and poles don't work too well. That's funny.
But no, when you guys came back, obviously you saw the clip of JC kind of getting in my head right away that you guys.
And I didn't know he was telling people that.
Well, he told me first, and then I kind of went and told everybody because I was spooked.
Yeah. So just for context, on the island, they kind of show it, but we kind of had like a thing where like, oh, Islanders, like we're a team now. But Nick and I were like,
jealous. I was really jealous.
We went on with it, but we were like, hell no. And so we get back to the island, and then there's a clip of JC. I never knew that happened, of JC telling you, he's like, I don't remember.
And obviously, well, he just said, if it comes down to it, there's new alliances. It's island versus city. And I'm like, no way, like they wouldn't turn on me. And then I'm seeing you guys like talk to Catey and Hannah, which you never did before. So I'm like, oh, I'm
and so we did actually become closer with them, but it wasn't like, I mean, we didn't become closer with them than we were with you, Tyler and Jack, but we did kind of have like a mini side thing going on with them because so they were cool.
Hearing that from JC, already having that like almost week of space from you guys both was just already, I was overthinking it so hard. I'm like, oh, I'm screwed. Like, I'm out of the group.
This is where things get spicy. We were told when we got to the city that while we were gone, you wanted to eliminate us in the cubes.
Not us. Nick. That's what you were told.
Yeah.
So are we gonna get into
I mean, we can start. There's a lot to get into on this.
Okay, so I remember I gave you guys a hug when you came back, and it was weird as hell. I was like, okay. Told
the
JC
vibes were off immediately.
Vibes were so off. But that was like it was me. So I was like, why are they being weird to me? Then JC tells me that. And then I go up to Nick. I'm like, hey, what's the deal? And this is all on camera too. I'm shocked they don't show this. But I'm like, what's your problem? You're being weird. Camera's like right in our face. He's like, I just heard some things about you, that you're coming after me. You're trying to get me out. I'm like, I'm not coming after you. He's like, I heard you're trying to take me out. I'm like, I'm not. I'm like, what's the context? Like, who told you? He's like, I'm not telling you who or what. I'm like, then how am I gonna fix it? Like, I promise you, I'm nothing. I'm like, I said I didn't want to go in the cubes with you. I said you're afraid of spiders. Like, I was trying to think of every conversation I had, and like that was one that I went over with Monica, hypothetical of, damn, that would suck to be in the cubes with you and Nick, because you guys are my friends, and I wish I could just sit in the corner and put my head down, which you've told me maybe some things keep to yourself. So
So here's the thing, like, because obviously in season 1 they made people go into the cubes with their closest friends they couldn't pick, and so we kind of all knew cubes was coming, but shoot, I forgot where I was going with this. Oh yeah, so basically while we're in the city or while we're on the island, you kind of you and Monica were going over like hypothetical, like, oh, I think I'm gonna be with Nick and Auguste. Like, what do I do with them?
It was legit like a 10-second conversation. It was so quick. Didn't think anything of it. So even when I'm talking to Nick saying like, I don't know what you're talking about, I genuinely didn't even click that yet. I didn't know where it was coming from. And then Nick and I looked each other in the eye. We pinky promised. We were like, we're not coming for each other. Promise. We're good. And I was like, okay. He just promised to my face. We had eye contact. Like, I'm good. I don't need to worry about it. But it still felt weird for a couple days. We weren't talking like you saw. Like, I felt weird to go hang, because Nick's like a leader in the city at this point. There's very minimal of us, so everybody was usually around him. So I felt weird to go around you guys. I don't know. It was such a weird feeling. And then it turned out that it had nothing. It clicked to me later that maybe it was the Monica thing, because it just popped in my head. I'm like, oh, is this what he's talking about? Weird. And then I found out later, actually like 3 days ago, that there was something else. Someone else got in Nick's head. It wasn't even Monica.
This is where things get hairy. And I didn't know about this either till maybe 2 months ago. But somebody pretty close to us actually spun up a story about you.
Right. And before we get there,
and we can talk about cubes and stuff too. But
yeah. Before we get there, so at this point, me and Nick are weird. I'm thinking now it's something Monica twisted, and then the cubes come. And I'm like, I start crying because I'm like, crap, this is what I knew was going to happen. They're putting me with Nick and Auguste. Then 2 seconds later, they're like, pick whoever you want. I'm like, oh, okay, it's not a big deal.
So that's why you're crying so much in that scene. That makes more sense.
Yeah, I just felt like, crap, like this is what I knew was going to happen. So I'm like, whatever.
Who would have done you like Vance?
Yeah, I would have been Vance. So I'm in the cube with Ethan. And I heard that when I was in the cubes, you guys were all on your line, and Jimmy went up to you guys and he was like, okay, who do you guys want to see come out of this cube, Ethan or Catey? And like nobody said anything because no one, this is what I heard.
Well, because again, at this point, it's weird because before we go to the island, me, Nick, Catey, Jack, Tyler, we're all dialed. We had a little bit of some, I mean, we can cross back to that too if you want to talk about like right after the $1 million bribe. That is where like things got a little shaky. Just with like one of the things you said in the hotel. You meant it in a different way, but it got misunderstood.
Do you
want to back up that a little bit?
Right. In the hotel,
This is after $1 million bribe.
Yeah, after the bribe. So fun. You have the timeline so well. For me, it's all like flip flap, whatever. In the hotel, I had a feeling like we were all kind of speculating that the cubes were coming. And just from season 1, they put all the best friends together.
Yeah.
So I just really thought, okay, they see me hanging out with you guys every day. They're going to put us together. Like we're cooked. We should like at least make it look like we're hanging out with other people. But I was really in my head that day, and you guys pulled me over, and Nick was like, "What's up with you?" And
you had like a crazy.
I was like in my head, like I just wasn't talking to anybody. I was sitting at a different table, and then Nick was like, "Hey, like what's going on?" And I told the truth. I'm like, I'm overthinking. Like I feel like we should kind of spread out. And he took that as like, oh, she wants to play her own game. Why doesn't she want to rock with us? That's weird. Totally get that too. That makes complete sense. I should have given a little more context. I just thought we were all on the same page, assuming cubes, and I thought it made sense that I'm just trying to kind of trick production to not put us together, not legit, let's spread out. So that was my bad, like, miscommunication. But from there, I think Nick was like, is she
so that was the tiny seed of doubt of, okay, you know, and we've helped Catey and each other all get this far to top 25. You know, we've turned down $1 million. We've done all this stuff together. We've built all these crazy bonds. And now Catey's like, kind of trying to like put one foot out the door, like, huh?
Totally looked like that.
Yeah.
And it sucks because I didn't realize
that was
like,
the first seed of doubt.
He got quiet after that too. Mm-hmm. And I thought he was just feeling bad for me. I didn't know he was just like, what the frick? Like, that's weird. Why is she doing? I didn't know. It was 2 different like ideas of what was happening. But anyway, fast forward to after the cubes, hearing that nobody necessarily chose Ethan or Catey, that I turned that into something bigger than it was. But really, obviously that makes sense. You don't want to put a target on your back and say Catey, and then Ethan comes out and everyone's like, well, she's
well, and we would have been that way too. But again, the conversation right before we go into the cubes, right? Because when we get back from the island, there's a 6-hour period between that going into the cubes. Mm-hmm. And it's while you were gone, Catey was talking about how she's like, you know, maybe going to kind of try to come for Nick. And I remember me being roped in there, but maybe it was just Nick.
Oh, that's weird. I never knew maybe you were told, but I mean, we know why it ended up being that way. We'll get there, but no, things were weird. Like things were weird. There was definitely some distance between me and the rest of the group. And then I think from there, what was after the cubes?
Well, we got. Don't skip over your moment.
What?
Aubrey, can we play a clip? Speaking of you leaving the cubes, this was so funny too. And that's
I love seeing
what I love about
guys.
this is it's so you to do that. And if you watch in the BTS, you're like, I'm okay.
Jack's on the floor.
In the BTS, they have Jeff and Ian in the pods.
Ian's like,
have you seen that? No.
Have
Have you seen the BTS or no?
Yeah.
The Cube episode?
Yeah.
There's a moment where it's Ian and Jeff.
And he's like happy squeal or something.
No, and they're like, who won? They can't see, but they're listening, and you just hear, I won. Like, oh, it's Catey, because she is so like you have a very like loud personality, obviously.
I scream a lot, as you can see. I get excited a lot. Well, especially when the camera's around. Like I do turn it up a notch. It's fun. Like why not?
Yeah, why not? For sure.
Show a little bit.
And so you're just like, I won.
Dude, but it wasn't staged. I've gotten a lot of messages asking if that was fake.
I swear the floor shook.
No chance. And I remember like looking up and looking at Jimmy. I was like, you can use that. Like we're not.
I remember you saying
this.
that. You're like,
I
you
did
can
not
use
want to
that.
retake because I was real energy. I was stoked to come out. Also, I just feel like that reset the vibe. Everyone's laughing now. It was all good mood. So I'm glad it happened. Truly.
Yeah.
My little moment.
Yeah. And then so from there we're top 13. And then when did they introduce the idea of the game? That was probably, I don't know what the next.
No. So what happened was all of a sudden there's podiums in the field.
Right. Yeah, they were building those
and
podiums.
We didn't see any hearts. We just saw podiums. So immediately, like at least the girls and I, we thought, okay, this is going to be a vote. Someone's going to stand in the middle and we're all going to have a button and put votes on somebody to either leave or stay.
I think, again, we got really good at like, especially our group, we got really good at accurately predicting things.
Yeah.
And we were like, it's for sure a vote. We knew it was going to be a vote. And and we were kind of tracking episodes at this point too. And if you look at how the episodes mirror, season 1, episode 7 is the trolley problem. in this season, I guess it's episode 6, but we didn't know it was episode 6. But trolley problem is kind of like where you're deciding who's going home, and this is kind of tracking with that. And then again, there's stuff that kind of tracks, and so we knew it was going to be a voting game.
Yeah. So and I didn't know. I don't know. I thought it was going to be a vote, and we just decided, let's just not put any votes against each other. It didn't mean like let's go after the guys. Like I saw Monica literally said, they said, we got to get the guys out. No one ever said we got to get the guys out. Like there was
which obviously if you're saying you want all 5 girls,
because there was 5,
then
there was
indirectly,
8 guys.
Yeah, but indirectly, like you are having to send
It
guys
just
in.
means not putting votes on them though.
I don't disagree with your
See what
gameplay.
I'm
I'm just
Either way, I mean, I guess whatever. I mean, it wasn't a vote. We're all wrong, and that conversation, it was, but.
Only by 2 people.
So dumb. By 2 people.
Yeah.
Freaking Monica.
But again, this is kind of like, this kind of continues along the path of, we were told by someone that, oh crap.
You okay?
The light just fell. Just balance that. Aubrey's heart just freaking. But yeah, I mean, you were like, it just was weird. Like,
it was so weird. But I felt so uncomfortable. Like, I wanted to go re-talk to Nick and make it better. Like, and I actually did once. Like, I was like, it still feels weird. And it still was weird with him. And it's weird because we both have different perspectives. He's like, you ignored me. You didn't come talk to me. And I felt that. I thought he was ignoring me. He doesn't want to talk to me. And then after our conversation where I was like, hey, like, is everything okay? You're like, he's just keeping you at a distance. I took that and it says it in the show, like as okay, like, okay, I'm going to give him his space. I'm not going to pry even more.
And I think unfortunately, just because in Beast games, once there's negative juju around you, it is hard to get away from. What is crazy about Beast games is Catey's really close with Tall Tyler. The 5 of us were all close. You're not crazy close with whatever, but the 5 of us are all close. If I went to Catey and said, dude, Tall Tyler told me like that if someone has to go out of the 5 of us, like he wants to boot you. And say Tall Tyler never said that. If I say that to you,
it's gonna
even if you talk to him about it and he's like, I didn't say that, it doesn't matter. There's always this little tiny wedge. And those little tiny wedges later in the game.
And that happened to me. That literally happened to me.
Yeah.
There was someone in our group, our 5, that legit made up a lie that I am coming for Nick. So imagine someone in your close group saying that, you're going to believe them. Again, I'm the only girl left in this group. So it makes sense in my head. Okay, I'm going to believe my boys. I'm going to believe who's telling me this, especially when it's already in our clique. Totally get it. This person that did this, for some reason, thought I was like a threat to them. They thought that I was higher in this ranking with you guys, which doesn't really matter because no one, like, there was never going to be a situation where it had to be me or this person. So it just sucks that this person even felt insecure over the fact that I was maybe closer to you guys. But he acted on it immediately and he started up some words to you guys and you guys believed it because it's their boy. Why wouldn't they? It makes complete sense.
That's, I mean, good gameplay for him. But I did not think that way in the games.
I didn't either.
I had never once, and this isn't, again, because you guys see Monica lie to Briley and you see people lie, and it's Beast games. I think some people see this and they're like, oh, they're a liar. They don't have integrity. You could be the most honest person in the world, go on Beast games and lie your ass off. It's a game.
You're competing for $5 million, of course.
It's literally a game. Like if you play freaking...
Would you get mad at someone at card game at home?
Yeah, it's a game at the end of the day. So there's no like immorality with it, but it's just, I just didn't even think to play that way.
Right.
Which maybe I should have, but I just didn't.
It just sucked because I am out here thinking, okay, there's this weirdness between Nick and I because of some weird conversation I had with Monica. No, it had nothing to do with that. It was something that I wasn't aware of, someone on the inside turning them against me. So I didn't know to defend it until now. I just found out 2 days ago, by the way.
And what's interesting too is there are enough supporting things where you were already
fed the narrative.
You fed the narrative hard, and yeah, I mean, obviously, looking back, you can always look back at your gameplay, and even up until this point, at episode 7, I'm sure all 10 of us can look back and say there's stuff we wish we would have done differently. But for you, I'm sure it's easy to look back and go, oh, why would I say that? Why would I say that? But just the things that happened, like after $1 million bribe, you said we kind of got to play our own games now. Which what you meant is like, hey, we should probably. Like we're all together, but we should probably like just meet a few other people and like just in case there's cubes and like we should probably just form a few other relationships, but not dip out on the group, just form other relationships. And then while we were in the city or on the island, you kind of have the conversation of like, if I go into cubes, like, what am I gonna do with Auguste and Nick?
That'll suck. Yeah.
Yeah. Which anyone would think, but you just when you say it out loud, it's just.
And you put that together with now somebody starting a rumor that I'm taking you out or whatever. It totally it makes sense. I would believe it too. And I just love that I have this information now because I finally understand Nick. I still couldn't understand him because I'm like, why are you believing some stuff that Monica said over me? That's weird. You barely know her. It's me.
Yeah.
So that never made sense. Now it makes sense because it was someone we all trusted. He's in our group. Duh. So I just feel like I'm comforted now that I at least get where he was coming from. Didn't get it before. Now I do. So.
Yeah, 100%. But I mean, there's so much that goes into that. And again, another thing too is at this point we weren't 100% sure of like, I don't think we knew for sure who we wanted to eliminate. The people that were clear, and even you knew this, were Briley and Tyler. They were going to go home. Like, this is before the challenges, because then Jimmy announces like, okay, we're doing a strong game, we're doing a smart game, and the winners of the two will pick. And at that point, I think everybody kind of assumed Briley and Tyler were going to go home.
Right.
Because they're kind of the last two from this alliance that kind of had a black cloud over it because of some situations that happened with Ethan and Ian and all this.
Right.
And so it was like, well, they're going to go home. But no, did you even know what did you assume the third person was going to be?
So I thought it was going to be Brett or Catey with a K because like when he went in front of Brett first before Briley,
probably like,
I felt comfort. I was like, oh, like, and I never doubted that it was going to be. I truly was so 100% thrown off. Never even thought for a second I was being eliminated, which is why I got such a big reaction out of that. But when I saw him walk in front of Brett, I'm like, it's for sure Brett. It's for sure Brett. Then he moves. I'm like, oh shit, like, what are they gonna do? And then they go do Tyler. I'm like, okay, normal. And then they go back on the podium and Monica starts crying. So I'm like, why is she crying? Like, who does she care about in this bunch that she could cry over? Yeah. Is it Jim? I'm like, no chance. And I'm like,
can you imagine?
Catey? I was like, maybe it's Catey. Maybe she got close with them because I wasn't close with Monica. So I'm like, there's no way she's crying over me.
Yeah.
And then she was, which was so weird. I'm sorry. That didn't make sense. She doesn't know me. I don't know. That was weird.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's emotional for anyone, but it was interesting because I don't think you guys were really friends.
I don't even think like Nick cried that hard. Like she cried harder than Nick.
Yeah, emotions are definitely high. We should watch too. Like I like this clip here.
You were a villain, freaking sneaker.
Dude, he's like, Catey is screwed.
This was like.
So I did convince Catey to try to go next because we didn't want Catey in power, obviously because we had an acronym CBT, Catey, Tyler, Bradley. My plan is to win. Yeah, I was going after Nick.
I just wanted to play the game. I thought it was so cool because like I was a fan of season 1, so
I know it does look cool.
See this be repeat on a bigger level.
What were you thinking too when everyone was bugging out here?
I didn't know you guys were being little jerk offs in the corner. I thought you were like totally helping me, but no, they're all like, no, don't.
Well, I mean, we were helping you. Like that's the thing too. I was genuinely trying to help you, but I just didn't want you to go all the way.
That's the thing. I have a horrible memory, so I had no shot at anything.
Yeah.
Remember when I almost stepped down on the wrong square
right
away?
Yes.
I
like this edit. Catey, leap of faith. That was the funniest edit.
My little scream and jump.
How many times did you scream during the show?
So many. So many times. I didn't realize I was a screamer.
Oh, no. I said, oh, no.
A little ballerina up there. I had a good time until I saw the edit.
Yeah, what? Because you didn't know that I was like.
Oh, it was such a bummer.
Were you bummed?
No, I was bummed at Tyler's. Like when Tyler was like, "Oh, let's talk," and then like winked at you or you guys. I was like, "Oh, damn!" It was like that.
No, he wasn't winking. He wasn't winking. He has like an eye condition thing.
No, that was legit.
No, it's right here.
Watch. There's no way that was a condition.
But it is funny how then I got to bring this up just to give Tyler crap. I probably never told you this. Because I was like, my plan is to win. Like, I'm going next. That's what I told him. And he's like, he looks at me, like, puts his hand on my shoulder. He's like, you got me, right, bro? And I was like, bro, are you dumb? And this is after we have the whole CBT thing. I'm like, dude, are you freaking stupid?
So people were like wigging out in
Dude,
their own
people,
heads.
and I said this the whole show. I said, as we get closer to the end, people are going to get, I'm not saying this about him or myself or anyone in particular, but people are going to get weirder and weirder in terms of like, your mind starts to play tricks on you.
Yeah.
You start to like hallucinate.
Yeah.
I mean, as you get closer, it's freaking weird.
And you assume what people are thinking.
Oh,
you
yeah.
turn everyone against yourself. I mean, I clearly did, and I assumed everything was
and
good.
every single thing, you could say one thing slightly wrong to someone, and they could take it the wrong way, you could say it in the wrong tone, and you're cooked. Because they could think, they meant this by this, or they meant, I mean, that's what happened with you. Look.
Yeah.
I mean, you said something with like no malintent, and it got twisted, and boom, and you're cooked.
I go in the camera, I go, there's a 0% chance I'm getting eliminated. Freaking dumb.
Little does she know, everybody on the stage, literally everyone knows CBT. So that sucks.
I was so shocked. Like, I've never been, because it doesn't show this, and this was not scripted. This was all Nick's idea. But I guess it could have come off scripted, so they didn't use it. But
yeah.
When Nick came out and he starts walking around everybody's hearts, they go past my heart. Jimmy's like, oh, okay, Catey's safe. And I'm like, oh, wow. And like the knot in my chest is gone. I'm like, sick. He goes in front of Catey with a K. And I'm like, damn, like that sucks. He turned on Catey. Like I know he told her she would keep him. And then they turn around, they go, Catey. And they turn around, they go, with the C. And I was like, what? Like shocked.
And you were tripping instantly.
My mouth dropped to the floor. I could not even believe it. And then they came up to me, did their speeches. Obviously, I was so upset. I couldn't stop crying. Couldn't defend myself. Because I was shocked.
There's nothing you could have done.
And I'm like, I can't change his mind. Like, they already had to make this decision. There's nothing I can do. What's the point of defending myself? Like, I don't want to look dumb. I'll just accept my fate. But, and honestly, I'm glad because convincing them, nothing, I couldn't have done anything.
Because again, say you do convince them, then it's, all right, who's next up? And you look around, all right, let's go for them. Like, it's just not going to happen. We have the clip too. Yeah. I like this edit though. They did a good job with it.
I like it too.
It's fine. It's cooked. And for Nick too, it was such a big deal, as it would be for anyone, to turn down the million. And he felt like he did all that. And then you're like, man, it's whatever. Like, I don't even know if I want to be with you guys.
It was all a lie.
But the problem was it was a lie.
I'm sorry. I can't with Monica's crying. It makes no sense to me. I really don't understand it. She did not care about me. So that threw me off, really.
You're just sitting there like, what the?
I was so confused.
But that's what sucks.
Maybe it's because seeing me cry. I'm
a sympathetic crier.
Yeah, I get sad when I see someone upset. I'm glad they showed the clip of you saying that too.
Well, that's what sucked too, is because you would ask me about, like, I remember you kept asking me, hey, are things with me and Nick good?
You made it so surface, and then you get out.
Well, because I knew that there was nothing you could do. I mean, and maybe we could have some team meeting and group meeting, and I did try to stick my neck on the line for you.
Right.
Yeah. This
I almost pushed my heart off instead, and I was like gonna be like, I'm not letting you do it, and push it off, but I didn't want to get in trouble. But
that would have been kind of cool if you were like, I don't want you to break my heart, like I did this to myself.
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been lit. Missed opportunity.
Also, I want to touch on this. This Girl Alliance, our plan the whole time was to get Monica and Jim out. That was fake. We were saying girls stick together so she can stick with us, but we wanted to get her and Jim out. So it was still kind of a
Who would have been your third?
Probably Catey with a K or Brett, just because I'm not really close with them.
Yeah.
No, they're really cool people. I got to know Brett while they were at the island. He's dope. But yeah, Katie's
there's the moment.
Quiet.
I like this edit too.
I know, they hooked me up.
Oh,
Big old X. You know, I didn't like when he goes, okay, you're eliminated. I did not feel it. I thought like, no, like they're gonna do something. I'm still here. I did not accept it. I've never had that happen in my life where I was like, no, I'm gonna stay. This is TV. Like they're gonna do something to keep me in. So when they actually like escorted me out the city, I was just like, no way is this over. Like no way. Gosh. But then they, after that scene, you saw they brought your guys' families in. That's one thing I'm really grateful for is since I made it so far, since we're on top 11, they had already flown out my now fiance and my twin sister. So imagine all the people before this episode, they got eliminated, probably had to go to a hotel by themselves, go home. I at least got eliminated. I got to come out to the people I love. They were there to support me, and I got to be in the hotel with them and go home with them. So I'm so glad I at least had them right away. Because being alone in a hotel after that, I would have freaking crashed out. There's no way. Crashed out anyway. But
question for you, because you were talking to the girls more. I've wondered this: if Briley got elected captain, who would she have axed?
So this is the
Which
thing.
I feel like she would have taken out Jim and Monica, but
I think that she's like truly a woman of her word, even though it's gameplay. Again, I totally support lying in the game. I want to make that clear.
Yeah.
Beast
games.
She's just someone that would just tell the truth. So I think her promising Monica at the top, no, you and Jim are safe if you take care of Tyler. I think she genuinely would have stood by that. I don't.
Would she have axed me?
Yes.
I knew it. Yes. I freaking knew it. And Briley, if you're watching this,
it's okay.
We were on the game. This is funny because her and Jim had their argument. We were on the freaking what's it called? With the memory puzzle.
Oh, memory.
We're on the little platform there. She has her little argument with Jim, and then I go like, "Hey, Bradley, like I think I'm gonna go next." I think I like told her that too, just make and I was like, or she was like, we were talking about who's gonna go next, whatever. And I was like, "You got me right, Bradley. Like, we're cool." She's like, "Yeah, you're not on my list." And I said, "Don't worry, you're not on mine either."
Well, no,
and we're probably lying to each other.
Well, no, I don't think she was lying anymore because in the pod when we were making our alliance.
Oh, after Monica got elected, who were you guys saying amongst yourselves? Because Monica already knew CBT, but.
Well, at that point, we knew it was heart smashing. So our whole thing, our whole plan or whatever was out the window. It was just scratched, and we're just seeing who's going to win, who's going to survive.
I know, but like when Monica was captain, who were you guys thinking was going to go home? Like, did Briley already know that she was cooked? Or
Briley knew she was cooked. She really wanted Strongman Tyler to win, which Strongman Tyler did mention to Nick, like, oh, I almost went in front of you before you went. And if he would have and completed the puzzle, then top 10 would look completely different.
Well, but Monica wouldn't have helped him through.
Right, he would have to do it all on his own, or Briley could have helped him. But Briley did. So when we were before that, we were in the pods and we were talking about, okay, if it comes down to it, who is going to be the one that would be eliminated? And she said your name, and I said no. I go, my protection goes for Auguste and Nick. No one can pick them. She goes, okay, fine. Then my protection's for Tyler, and we're like, oh, okay. Like so, we were all just defending who we wanted.
I wonder, Corey and Brett are both great dudes, but I wonder if Corey and Brett would have just gotten hacked. Just because they're kind of off on their, but they're with all of us guys. But I'm just curious if that maybe would have just happened. Not that they did anything wrong, but just because someone else.
I don't know.
It's so interesting how many different ways it could have gone. Oh, that's nice. Catey stood up for me.
Catey stood up for you,
oh.
and then Hannah did after Catey did. Like they both were down. Yeah. So at that point, I genuinely think that Briley did take you off her list because she wasn't trying to lie. So if we said protect this person, she was going to do it, and I do think she would have done the same with Monica and Jim. So I don't know who the heck. It would have to be Corey and Brett because I don't know who else she would do, or she would just go for you and say screw it.
Yeah, definitely could be. Yeah, what a freaking crazy week though. And it is. I feel like that week had the most social manipulation.
Oh, 100%. And I'm sure it gets even more and more intense as it gets smaller and smaller. Like I actually finally am in a place where I don't know what the heck happens now. I get to watch it just like everybody else, and I get to speculate and wait and then figure out if there's any sneakery going on after. But it is cool. I'll admit it was definitely hard to watch the families come in. Like, we all watched the episode last night, you with your wife, me with my fiance, on his couch. And it was cool to see the edit that they made of my goodbye. But seeing the family, seeing the dinner, seeing that all you guys families got iPhones, I was like, no. I'm like, that. I was like 10 minutes away from that. It just sucked.
It does suck. And unfortunately, with Beast Games, I think people probably feel that at every stage of the game. But I will say for you, I think this is probably the hardest because, like, if you look at, like, think about the 100 people that missed out on the whole city experience. Like, that's 100, and like the 50 that didn't get to come back into the obstacles, yada yada yada. But this, it's like you are so close to reaching top 10, which top 10 is kind of like.
And the next thing you do is a money pool. The very next thing is a money pool. Like, I would have had something. Well, I mean, I don't know, because after that cliffhanger, I'm like, damn.
Yeah, maybe you wouldn't have anything. Yeah, you have to wait a week to find out, but. You know, you would have had a potential shot at getting guaranteed money.
The buried alive thing is gnarly, though. I would have done it, but I don't know. Yeah. Being completely pitch black. Well, you had a light in there, I guess.
Yeah. Pitch black would have been nuts.
Yeah, it
wouldn't have been good content. They have like night vision cameras.
Yeah,
So it's like green, and they were like sitting there. There was like a bug crawling up my.
Was there actually a bug in your?
There was a bug in my thing.
Dude,
there was a spider that crawled in.
There was a bug on my pole for the strong challenge. There was a freaking giant horsefly on mine. I was like, screw this thing. So you were waiting for me to fall, you said, on the strong challenge?
Yes, yeah, on the strong challenge. So I mean, yeah, to cut back a little bit, strong challenge. But yeah, literally my only motivation, because you had zero chance of winning. No offense.
No,
I had zero chance of winning.
No way.
That's obviously the people, like, look at the people who went the farthest. Jack, Hannah, or not Hannah. Jack, Katie with a K, Monica, Briley, all super strong, but also super super lean.
Monica messaged me. Oh my god. She said, Katie, I just want to say I'm sorry again. There is a reality in which I think things could have worked out differently, but I wanted you to personally know that decision we made didn't come easy. Nick and I both tore up for a long time afterwards, and I don't think the editing did it justice. Bottom line, I'm sorry, and I'd like to move forward. You're very caring about people in your corner, and to be honest, your personality shines like crazy. All the love moving forward. Honestly, awesome. Great text. So sweet of her. Also, I don't blame her for me getting out anymore. I blame the little snake in our group. That's who I blame. So I don't care. Again, me and Monica aren't close. It doesn't feel like I was betrayed by her. She played a really good game. I already knew she was a big competitor. That's why she would have been one of the people I took out if I was in her position. So it's okay. It's just okay.
And that's the thing about Beast Games too. I mean, if Briley would have taken me out, I would have taken absolutely not an ounce of what the hell am I trying to say? Offense. I would have taken absolutely zero offense.
Yeah.
Even if she's like, no, don't worry, you're not on my list. I literally would have been like, cool, Bradley. That's dope. Like,
right. And
I wouldn't have cared if she eliminated me, because I'd be like, it sucks I'm gone, but someone who didn't like me won the challenge. I can't do anything about it. It is what it is.
Yeah. So I don't mind. I still, obviously, I still think it was weird that she cried. But again, I am sympathetic too. Maybe just seeing me cry made her cry. I do believe her that it's probably tough. I just had told her my story the night before too. I wrote a little letter, again, because we weren't close. She didn't know why I was there. And for those of you who don't know, my sister, she just had a baby, and my brother-in-law has stage 4 cancer. We have a GoFundMe in my bio if you want to donate.
Yeah, we'll have a link below.
Yeah, so I wrote her a letter just explaining our story, and just so she could give me a chance for top 10. So I think she probably did feel bad after hearing my why. So I do want to give her credit there. But still a little funky that she cried. That's all.
Yeah. Well, in dodgeball, this is the funniest one. I think when Autumn got out, I teared up a little bit.
You?
I don't even know her, because she was bawling, and I was like, oh. I didn't cry, but I teared up because Tyler drilled her. He was aiming for Vance, absolutely drilled her, and the second the ball hit her, instant tears. But from her, and I was like, no. I was like, oh, fuck.
It's hard to watch someone upset.
Yeah, no, it is.
But yeah, I don't blame Monica. I blame.
You're out of Beast Games.
I'm out of Beast
Eliminated.
Games. Damn. $5 million.
Sucks. You think you have a second chance?
Heck yeah, you get at least 5 times in your life chances to be a millionaire. That was just one of them.
No, I mean another chance on Beast Games.
Bring me back, Jimmy. Bring me back. If you want me to come back, comment. If you think I deserve another chance.
There's just a comment from Mr. Beast. Sorry, Katie. Not going to happen.
No, I was talking to people. Not Mr. Beast.
Oh, I thought you meant Mr. Beast.
No, that would be cool. If they ever wanted to do anything, of course I would.
100%.
Mr. Beast all the way.
Yeah.
But it is bittersweet. Out of the games, now I just get to be a watcher.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was my last time on the screen. Maybe they'll do a little throwback. Do you guys ever talk about me again or no? No. Bye. We don't give a fuck. No.
I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe.
Nick said there was one moment, which I don't know because I don't know what happens. But he said there was one moment that he was like, oh, Katie, we shouldn't have got rid of Katie or something. Did he make that up?
I don't know. I'm sure you're brought up at some point in some way, but yeah. You guys left, and then we thought for sure, because I think a lot of people would be like, "Oh, were you really surprised when families came?" We were shocked because they came an hour after you eliminated. So we instantly thought, okay, they're probably doing. We thought they might not do families. But if they do them, it could be top 5, or it's going to be in a couple days because they got to get them out here. We would never have thought that all the families were there already.
Right. And I remember when I got out, since my family was there, I knew. I was like, oh my God, they don't even know their families are here. Like, I knew before you did. And I was so, like, happy, jealous. I was happy for you guys, but I was so jealous that I wasn't out there too. But no, that had to be a great moment. And you said that you got to be with them for like a couple hours.
Oh,
right?
yeah, they stayed for a while. And we have this clip here too of obviously you being gone, and yeah, that was tough to talk about too because we were just kind of reliving it. And I felt so uncomfortable too.
Why?
Just that you were gone. It was weird. Just uncomfortable in terms of like,
damn, we just did that.
Yeah, and I don't, I kind of talked about the two. I was never really at peace with it, which is funny because it works out that you probably shouldn't have gotten eliminated. But I just never like, everybody else was kind of like CBT, and I was cool with Bradley and Tyler, but it was this thing where it just didn't feel right. Mm-hmm. It was just
Did you, at the time, did you believe what the rumor was?
Yeah, but here's the thing. So I believed the rumor, but I know you and I think like you. I just don't always
say it.
And sometimes I do. Yeah. And that's why I sympathize with you, because I maybe you're ADHD too. Maybe this isn't even an ADHD thing, but like I'm the kind of person that I just say what I'm thinking. Mm-hmm. Like I just say what I'm thinking. I do. And so for you to say, oh, like, you know, if I went in the cube with Auguste and Nick, like I would have to trick one of them. And maybe you didn't even say that. I didn't
say that.
Doesn't matter. But even if you did, there's nothing wrong with that. If I went in the cube with Nick and Tyler, we actually probably would have played a fair game, but maybe I would have tried to give myself a slight edge. I'm probably not going to rig a deck, but maybe I would have just like... Sorry, Jack. But... but like, well, no. And that's fine because it was with Sue. Mm-hmm. I'm saying like if it was with the three of us guys, if it was with my homies, I wouldn't rig a deck. I would not feel right about that if I was with my homies. Neither Jack wouldn't do that either. But I would maybe give myself a slight edge. But I would never say, yeah, Nick and Tyler, if the three of us went in the cubes, like...
You wouldn't tell them.
I wouldn't tell them. That's something you think. Same thing with bribes. Would I have taken a $1 million bribe to eliminate someone random in the city? Yeah. But if I went in the city, it was like, and someone said, Auguste, would you ever take a bribe? And I'd say, no, I'd never take a bribe to go to my teammates. But like, if I could take a bribe to eliminate someone random, I definitely would. You would never say that because then there's bad juju.
Keep in here. Yeah,
you just don't say it. Yeah. And so when they were like, yeah, but Catey was saying this and that, and like even after I took, because Nick brought up, he said after I took the $1 million, she was like, oh, we can all go our own ways, or not that, but like, you know, we should spread out a little bit. Mm-hmm. I said like, I get that, but I don't think that's what she meant, or like I don't think that's like where her head's at. She's saying things she doesn't mean.
Yeah, I don't give any context to, so of course your brain's gonna pick what it means. So
yeah, 100%. So for me, it was like, it wasn't that I didn't believe that you said it, but it was like that I thought like I understand where you're coming from and you're just saying things you shouldn't have said. That's what I kind of was. Yeah. That was the headspace I was in. But yeah, you went out, and then after you were gone again, it's one of those things where we kind of like mourned the loss of no one there really. And this is no hate to Riley and Tyler. No one there had a connection with them really. Mm-hmm. So that wasn't a big deal, but everyone kind of like mourned the loss of like you getting out. And then, you know, you just kind of like next up. Yeah. You know, because you might be next on chopping block. So we have, we all line up for this photo shoot. And I remember we were all just joking around, having a good time. I was like, and I remember this is the time where I was like, dude, I think I can win this. This is the first time where I start kind of, that headspace kind of sinks in. Freaking families run.
I love Jim's reaction.
And I cried right away. Because we knew right away. Like, see Jack, he puts his hands on his head, like he's starting to tear up.
Aww.
Yeah. Because we fought for this so hard. And I think there's a clip too of my family coming in, and it just, yeah, look, because this is before our families are in, we're already crying.
Oh.
Yeah.
What a feeling.
And I think I've seen my dad cry once, before this ever, and he was crying a little. The second time I ever seen my dad cry. Nick. Yeah, so freaking cool. Aubrey's literally crying right now. She's watching. Yeah. No, but it's so special because the whole show, we talked about that moment so much. We talked about that way more than winning the 5 million. Mm-hmm. We were like, we got to get top 10, families here, money pot. It was under everyone's understanding that when you make top 10, you can all get a piece of a pie, mm-hmm. and you can all get your family. And that's such a unique thing because, I mean, you can't, I think for people at home, like, I don't get it. Like, oh, you're on a TV show and your family got to be on the TV show. B City, who cares? But it's such a freaking cool thing. When you're there, it's such a cool thing.
Even watching season 1 and having them react to their families, I remember as a watcher wondering why it was so emotional. I just didn't really understand it. And after being in the game, I didn't necessarily get that moment, but I can watch it knowing why it was so special and why it was so emotional because, again, you're so secluded. You're so concentrated in this one world and you really do miss your family. You miss not feeling crazy that you're, everything's happening. You just kind of want some like grounding. And I feel like the family's coming definitely was a good reset, especially after such a hard night, having to eliminate people.
Yeah, 100%. And I want to always drive that home too of like, it's hard for people to get this when they're just watching, but this show was so special. Like it wasn't just a show, like the connections we made and the memories and the things and just everything we did was so like
even if this season wasn't aired, like that experience was insane.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. If it never aired, if there's no prize money, Beast got deleted tomorrow, no one got a payout, didn't even air, nothing happened, still it would be the same feeling of just like it's
crazy.
Yeah.
Like you can't. I remember even seeing season 1 and being like, why the hell aren't people pressing that button for 1 million? Like,
I will say in season 1
these are random people, but you're there and you're like, these aren't random people. Like a one day feels like a week and a half. So it's just very like sped up process of getting connected. It's so crazy. Like you truly won't understand it unless you.
No, and I wish everybody could because it's so special.
Yeah. And I think you should, like, people should apply. Just like we applied and we got it. Like all we did was put ourselves out there, and it's just like, take the chance, just do it. And it was kind of not easy, but just a video and showing how many push-ups and stuff you could do, and being yourself, showing your personality, and it also makes you feel pretty special. Like 200 people out of like hundreds of thousands of applicants. It's just it's insane. It's a trip.
Yeah, I always think back that speech Klitzner gave us when we were first getting announced, like before we started filming the show, and he was like, you guys are all probably wondering how many times I have to give this speech, and he held up one and he was like, there's 200 of you guys and we picked each one of you guys for a specific reason, and that was like, I got chills in that moment. I was like, that was cool.
It felt good.
But yeah, I mean, having family there, so special. Like they show clips of it too, but just us like eating dinner together. Yeah, I mean, this was pretty cool. And like the whole time I'm like, this is my friend Nick. Like he's turned down $1 million for me. Like this is the guy. Like Jack, he's my friend. Tyler. Like I remember introducing my family to Tyler.
Him telling his family about that was pretty emotional to watch, for sure.
Yeah, I didn't actually know about that. They have the clip of me saying, Nick has no money. That was funny. I'm like, what the fuck? I was saying in a way of like, yeah, like, he's really fighting out here kind of thing. But it came off kind of funny. Yeah, this is cool. Introducing our next challenge. Oh my goodness.
They drop so many hints in their edits of the future, I swear.
I know. I love it. But yeah, family's there for like 3.5 hours. And that was hard saying goodbye too, because, and you remember this, we didn't miss our families the first 2-3 weeks.
No.
Because you're so caught up with it. But then once the show slows down, I'd say after Cubes.
Because it starts to get like emotional warfare.
After Cubes, it was like, that week was like, holy crap.
Yeah, because you're right. In the beginning, I didn't even think of anybody. I'm like, I was so in tune with what we were doing in the moment.
Like I missed my family, but like I just didn't even have the mental capacity to even like think much about it. It's just like, we have to survive another round.
And that's one thing, like coming out of the competition, like I'm still in this mode of being in this world. So going back to the real world, it was just like a weird transition. And like, that sounds annoying maybe to anybody else on the outside, because it's like, you were on a show, what do you mean? But it really is like, you're in two different like worlds. It's just a trip to go back to the real one. And
that's that is the dark side of Beast Games, is once it's over, all you want to do is be back.
Yeah.
And we're so blessed to even have had one shot, but it's like, okay, how can we somehow get a second? Like, how can we, because it's so, like I said, money aside, cameras aside, notoriety you get, any of that it's not even about that. It's just like, it's such a special and fun environment. And there's nothing that's even remotely similar. But yeah.
I wish we had the footage that wasn't released. Like, I wish we could just have it for the memory. Even if we signed to never put it out. Like, I just would love to have all of it and just watch it like a movie.
Memory bank, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, such a good time. But yeah, family's left. That was hard to say goodbye. And then we thought money pull was next or $1 million split or whatever. But they made it confusing. And this is where we started game playing too. Yeah, I mean, this was just like, and yeah, we're.
And then I'm like grayed out in every single clip now. At least
I mean, it was cool.
I'm still in there.
It was cool. It was sad you were gone, but it was cool being like the four of us. We've almost made it.
Yeah.
This is we're so close to the end. Yeah, they really we were like, okay, money pulls next, and they were like, what the frick are we doing? We light these torches.
Yeah, what was in your mind when that was happening? Just thought you guys were.
I didn't think anyone was getting eliminated. I still thought we were doing money pull, but I was like, what the frick is happening? And this was nuts because this was outside the city. We walked down these this was right outside the city. Such a cool shot.
Oh, and seeing the graveyard, damn. Mine said heartbroken.
Yeah, I think so. And they did a cool job of showing all the contestants and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, from there, pretty obvious choice for us. We voted for Nick. We get buried alive, and then they announced the game, and we were like, "Let's freaking!"
Oh, you were probably
go.
stoked.
And we had already talked about it. We're like, we already talked about it's we're just gonna split it, and there's gonna be dope. And obviously you have to wait till next week to find out. But just this is a crazy game.
I can't wait to see.
It is a nuts game, and the twist of having us buried alive is mad cool.
I wonder how different it would have turned out if Monica was the one that won.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
She got to choose the order or choose.
I have no idea. It's hard. It's really hard to know. And it's one of those things where people can say stuff. But I promise you this: you would probably do something different than you think you'd do if you were there. Mm-hmm. And that might not be. That might be a good thing. Might be a bad thing. But it's just it's very weird when you're actually there.
So if you were in Nick's position, do you think you would have taken a little more and then just left some for your team, or would you do an equal split, or you don't know?
I'll let you wait and find out for next week.
Okay.
Gotta see what happens.
Okay, I'm down with the get down.
Yeah. But it's a weird game. And this is the first episode for me where, because I was sitting next to Aubrey, she probably noticed this. I swear I was shaking the whole episode. Just because all the weird emotions are coming back. I kid you not. I had a physical. The whole time I was like my legs were shaking like this.
I just kept squeezing Dom's arm. I just was squeezing a lot.
Yeah, the whole time. And I think the next, what's to come, I think it'll continue just that emotion. But I was like, I was texting Jeff this morning about it. I said, did this happen to you, bro? I was tweaking that whole episode. Just because there is so much good and bad and mixed emotion for and I'm sure for you too with this episode. It's just
yeah, it's an interesting feeling.
Yeah, it's a crazy feeling. But yeah, dude, he was not happy with Catey and Hannah.
So how do you feel about them going behind Monica? You kind of expected it, or?
I don't think it mattered. From my perspective on the show, they knew Nick was gonna win. And I do see why Nick's upset. I see both sides. I see why Nick's upset, but also it was kind of they were all on the same obstacle course team, and they even said yeah, Nick, we trust you just as much as we trust Monica, but just for the sake of it, we're just gonna go behind her because we were on her obstacle course team.
They kind of named out the coin a few times.
Yeah, whatever. But everyone knew that Nick was gonna win.
And also, I loved Corey and Brett's logic of okay, well the coin's still safe with Nick too, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and they knew that the four of us boys were gonna stick together no matter what. So that's 4, and then you have Jim and Monica. Jim's gonna be behind Monica, and Brett and Corey are gonna go over here. So that's 6v2. You might as well just make it 6v4.
Right.
You know what I mean? Why make it 8v2? So
yeah.
they're just kind of yeah, sure, we'll go behind you, Monica.
Yeah.
But I think he took it personally, which I don't blame him for. I see that perspective too. But I think he took that as oh, they don't trust me.
Right.
And so he was well, frick all that. I mean, you hear him say it up there on the money. He's well, 2 people already don't trust me, and Jim and Monica are doing their own thing. So frick all that. Yeah.
It just gets everything's so heightened.
I know. Do you have any major regrets?
There's just nothing. Of course, I think about. I would say I just try to go before everything happened. So I would say it's just the cannonballs, not finding a cannonball. I feel like I could have been ahead of all of this had I just gone with you guys. So yeah, I guess looking for the wrong freaking thing. I'm looking for the wrong thing the whole time. But other than that, I mean, I'm cool with everything I did. I feel bad for saying I don't care about Ethan. Ethan's dope, okay? Ethan's a cool dude. He was fun. He was fine in the cubes. I think that came off pretty It wasn't good, but he's cool. I do care less if he went home compared to somebody that I was really close with, like Nick or
But again,
August.
there's something you just don't say.
Yeah, but you guys didn't see all the other stuff.
He
was cool. Like, we are cool. That's why he handcuffed. If I was really being a jerk, like it was all good. I promise. And I'm stoked he won the 50K.
That's huge.
I wish he won the island. That would have been, he totally had it in the bag, but I'm also really stoked for Ian too. It's just what it was. We played a fair game, and I'm just glad that he stuck to his word and he handcuffed. I would have handcuffed too. I think you have the pressure of, okay, you know this is going to be aired, and you don't want to just not handcuff and be a brat. I think someone did that in season 1.
Multiple people did it.
They
and then
literally
all
were
three,
just like, no, we're all gone.
Yeah.
And like, that's so lame. But also, they weren't telling us if no one handcuffs what would happen. They wouldn't tell us, remember? They would just be like, no, like, we'll just see. Like, you'll see. And so I really wonder what would have happened. Would they do both of you got to go? And also, that was another thing. Since we were the only 2 left and we were the 50-50 cube, we were convinced that like we were going to be cleared and we wouldn't have to play the game. Like, we were like, oh, like, we have an advantage. It'll be okay. So we're like standing in the middle of the thing before we go in front, and we're like, he's about to tell us, like, we don't have to play. And then it was just like, no, you just have a smaller chance of getting out. That was so dumb. But, But yeah, I made it out, and then I fell, and I'm everywhere now.
All right, let's rapid fire a few questions, see if we have any good ones on here.
Okay.
From the Instagrams. All right, from Legacy 831, the winner of season 1, what caused you to go sour on Nick while he was in Fiji and you were in the city?
So I didn't necessarily go sour. We kind of covered that. I felt like it was weird. It turned out there was a little snake in the grass. That's all.
Did you ever think Nick and Monica were lying to you and gonna send you home? Oh, I think she's asking me, maybe. Or no, yeah. I forget.
I never thought. I really was so caught off guard. Like I thought it was good. So I was clearly not in touch with what was going on.
Who did you consider your biggest competitor, including people from your alliance during episode 7?
Monica.
Yeah.
Monica was like everyone's biggest competitor. You saw how she did the poll. She was a freaking spider. Like, she was a beast. She did the challenges. She won them. I knew she was going to make it far no matter what. So of course, that was the first target in my head, was eventually she's got to go because she's so good.
Yeah. Was Catey expecting her heart to be smashed? Did Auguste know her heart would be? I did know her heart was going to be smashed.
Also, they don't show this behind the scenes when I'm like,
we have to talk about this.
Like, is my heart safe, guys? Like, is it good? And Nick's like, yes, Catey, your heart is safe. And before that, because you see that clip and you're like, how did she not see that they were clearly kind of trolling? Before that, he answered my question of being safe to, no, you and Auguste are out of here. So it was already a joking tone. So when he eventually said, yes, Catey, your heart is safe, like, we were already joking. So I took that like as real. And then Auguste gets up, he goes, welcome to top 10. And he gives me a high five. And I literally skip away.
She walks, she like skips away.
Like, I'm top 10.
And then I'm like, I look at the camera and go, oh no. I'm like, she has no idea she's cooked. I was like, she's gone.
So he, when he did that, I felt like just a rush of,
and that makes me feel bad too, because I feel like
it would have been great TV.
The person that spread the rumor put you in your coffin, but I kind of put the nail in it. I was like, Catey, you have nothing to worry about. I was like, Nick's a little, he just needs some space from you for now. Like, he's holding your arms length. Like, you're going to be fine. And the whole time I know you're freaking cooked.
Yeah, they knew.
But I didn't know what I was supposed to say.
I just didn't know.
Yeah.
I was too gullible.
Just want to say the best moment of the heart is when they crash the heart of Catey. What?
Damn.
I'm just reading this. Catey, are you eliminated? How did the betrayal feel? Because I cried, girl.
Oh, horrible. I was shocked. It's like, it felt like, I know this sounds dramatic, but like, it felt like a family member like lied to me, because even aside from that conversation, he assured me I was good. So I just wish he would have just kept the distance and not assured me that my heart is safe. Even, it doesn't show this, but when I do half of the memory or some of the memory, I go and I give Monica a hug and I'm like, is my heart good? And she was like, yeah. So I had like 2 of them tell me. So it fed the fake narrative in my head that everything was all good. But I was shocked. It hurt a lot. It doesn't show my immediate reaction because, again, they cut out the part he says Catey with the C. But my mouth was on the floor. Like I truly was so shocked. Also at that point, I didn't know you all knew. So I'm also, when I'm leaving, I'm wondering like, why is everybody just quiet? Like no one,
literally
no one
all
cares.
10 people knew.
And it was just like, no, they were all part of it. So, but it was horrible. It was a horrible feeling. I was messed up for like a while.
Yeah, that's awful.
But I'm good now. Me and Nick are good. Obviously, I'm staying with Auguste right now. Like, we're good. Everything's fine.
Yeah.
It's a game.
Yeah,
so.
It's a game. It's a fun game.
Yeah.
Well, anything else? Any final thoughts?
I think so. Did I miss anything that I need to
No,
get out there?
I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, obviously we have infinite stories that are in our brains probably locked away, and
I'm trying to think.
I think the big interesting thing with this though is just like that you weren't really supposed to go home.
I wasn't supposed to go home, and I think it was maybe it's my fault that Jack felt insecure, but it's okay. It's okay because what a good move. He acted immediately and he got rid of what he thought was a threat. Good moves. Like I wasn't, so it was kind of a waste of a move, but heck, he made top 10. So W for Jack.
All right. Well, thanks for coming on. I appreciate you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. If you guys want to follow Catey's socials, I'll have them linked below. If you guys want to support her brother-in-law, we'll have a GoFundMe below as well. You guys can follow my socials. Go watch Beast Games on Prime. Episode 8 drops next Wednesday. It's going to be a banger.
Yeah.
And catch you guys in the next one.